And we're live, I think. Probably. It is my opinion that we are live.
Cool.
Check it out. It's Activision. You remember those guys.
Yeah.
Also, it's the orange thing from Nickelodeon. I don't know whose logo this is.
I don't either. Can you send me the video link when you have a chance?
Oh yeah. Sorry. Copy URL.
Before I start.
It's the it's a Pitfall. Welcome to Pitfall. You remember Pitfall? So this is a PS2 game. Although there were of course ports of it to other systems as well. It did come out on the PC. As well as other things, I believe.
Okay.
Let me grab my info page here. Oh, you know what I didn't do that I meant to do? Let me see if I can do it real quick. I meant to source the manual. Did not look at the instruction manual. The game plays itself pretty... Okay, yeah, I got it. Do not connect your PlayStation 2 console to a projection TV without first consulting the user manual for your projection TV.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm gonna start. Is that start? That's start. Okay.
Yep.
New game.
So welcome everybody to the pre-stream where we are continuing our expedition through the history of Pitfall. Check this out.
What?
You know Pitfall? You remember how Pitfall is a series of games where you use your magic energy arms to fight a flaming jaguar?
I'm surprised that somehow this got uglier than the last version.
Check that out. You can run, you can jump, you can punch. You have a sort of a flying spin kick, I believe. Hello, welcome Cornflakes. It's time for more Pitfall. As you can see, this game obviously being Pitfall.
It's what Pitfall's like.
This is what Pitfall's like. So in this game, I believe you are playing as Pitfall Harry, Sr.
Sure.
Once again, we're back to Pitfall Harry. Daring and valiant, Pitfall Harry laughs in the face of danger. This is text from the manual. Whether he's leaping across the backs of vicious crocodiles or evading the sting of deadly scorpions, Harry never turns his back on a perilous quest. How does he manage to keep his clothes so clean and his hair so neat after hours of adventuring? Well, we're not entirely sure. It's something of a mystery. But armed with the necessary gear to survive rugged terrain and the endearing charm that bothers some women, Harry is ready to take on any challenge. So they've gone back and retconned that Harry is also a fuckboy. It's not just his son.
What?
BBDDH says in chat, every week I'm more surprised by just how many pitfalls there are.
Yeah.
You ready for this?
They say that when a giant demon jaguar dripping fire drool is about to terminate your existence, your life flashes before your eyes. Actually, no one says that. Not a lot of people have experience with giant demon jaguars.
He's no Bruce Campbell.
No, who is it? Can you find out for me?
I can.
Yesterday, neither did I. But that was before I met
Bittenbinder. Bernard Bittenbinder, PhD, to be precise. Thought we'd get introduced, since the only ones on this plane to South America seems to be you and my group of...
You found that Toltec crystal skull and discovered that light, when shined through it, actually slows down.
That research wasn't ever published. Who are you?
Harry. Most people call me Pitfall Harry.
So you assume I'm like most people. What are you doing?
Turning on the charm. This is my medium set.
This is so awful. I'm just.
Oh!
Charm's getting to you, huh?
Where's Nicole? There's only one shoot left.
Who wanted this?
What are you... Let me go! Now you're Mr. Macho? Saving the woman while you die for her in the cold night?
In the hot night.
Ugh! Ah!
Don't. What? Ah.
So welcome to the game proper. You had a little like in media res intro thing there, but this is the real Pitfall. So I will snap the camera behind you wherever you're looking. So if you want to, yeah,
Okay.
that'll help.
This. All right. Well, at least we have the pits presented in probably the most upsetting way possible.
They're some kind of a giant ground mouth. Oh, but Harry is Stephen Blum.
Stephen Glum. Okay.
No, Blum. Steve Blum.
What else has Stephen Glum done?
Are you being difficult on purpose? What is happening here?
I'm not being. What do you mean?
Blum
I'm
with a
being difficult
B.
on purpose? What?
Blum with a B. Be like boy.
Okay.
Oh, look at this. Swinging on vines, right? This is the authentic Pitfall experience.
It's okay.
Oh, there's treasure. Don't forget the treasure. So here's the weird thing. You can't just walk into treasure to grab it. You have to hit the right stick. I don't know why. I think they were looking for something for the right stick to do, and they did not want to have it be camera related for whatever reason.
Punch that monkey.
Yep. Pitfall Harry loves to punch a monkey to death.
So I mean, it's
well known.
Like every Pitfall game has had the pits and the vines and alligators. Actually, no, there's no alligators in the second one. But
so there's this part of every Pitfall game where Harry destroys priceless artifacts. Oh, yeah, you can hold I and use your movement controls to like look to examine these beautiful 3D environments.
yeah, it's like it has the signifiers, but it doesn't. Like none of the games past the second have understood them. I feel like.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me. Wait, okay.
Yeah, you have to press the right stick in the correct direction to pick stuff up, which is just a very strange.
Cool.
Lazuli echoing. Another week. I'm surprised there's even more Pitfall out there. Yeah. So Steve Blum. You know who Steve Blum is now that you're.
No.
No.
That's why I asked.
Steve Blum is one of the most prolific voice actors in American media.
Okay. Can you give me some of his
Sure. He's Spike Spiegel in the English Cowboy Bebop dub.
Okay.
He's Sub-Zero.
All right, I mean,
He's Ares in the God of War games. He's Wolverine.
Sub-Zero in what?
Sub-Zero in fucking Mortal Kombat. What do you mean in what?
I mean, there's the game. There are movies. There's a
He's
cartoon
often
series.
Sub-Zero. He's been Wolverine many times.
I don't really want.
He's Starscream in several Transformers things. He's just like a guy who. He is one of the guys. You want a male voice. Steve Blum is probably doing it for quite a while there. So what do you think about this like extremely cartoony take?
I'd be fine if it wasn't so ugly. Like it's cartoony and ugly, which is like a choice.
He was Zeb Aurelios, Amabel. How are you going to disrespect Zeb Aurelios?
I have to press 2 buttons at once because I don't have actual analog sticks on my.
Yeah, or you can hold down one direction and just wiggle your movement until it's right.
Okay, well I need raft for this electrified water.
It says raft needed, but it is showing like an inflatable tube.
This is like a hub world thing. I don't. All right.
Yeah, it's a collectible. Oh, look out, that gator's coming for you. All you gotta do is outswim it.
Or do I have to jump on it?
Oh yeah.
No, I'll swim. Okay. Well, all right. Let me.
Okay, I think this should work to get you up here, right? Oh no, okay, it doesn't. It doesn't actually fling you up where you are.
Okay.
He was Beta Ray Bill in a couple of X-Men animated movies. I love Beta Ray Bill.
I mean, I'm often a fan of Beta Ray Bill. One of my favorite horses in all of comics.
You ever watch Toonami?
The Cartoon Network block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the voice of the host, the robot host guy, Tom.
Okay.
See, Blum's fucking everywhere. I think he's probably like Spike Spiegel is definitely one of his better known ones, but yeah, he's got hundreds and hundreds of voice credits.
All right. Well, this is. I do keep dying. And I don't.
He was Goku.
Okay, yeah, I know about Dragon Ball now that you've taught me about Dragon Ball.
Oh no, not that Goku. Goku Furinji, the cybernetic detective from Goku Midnight Eye. Obviously,
I don't know what that is. Wait, is this where I came from?
It says crash site, but it doesn't look like where you came from. I will admit, I was looking away from the screen. It is, in fact, where you came from.
All right.
Oh. So, what do you think about chasing off the natives to rescue the explorers?
Oh, it's bad. Like every decision so far is bad, both ludically and thematically. And there are problematic aspects to Pitfall as a setting, and this does nothing to mitigate them.
I'm seeing an entry in the voice credits list here for Quick Claw.
Oh boy. Well,
Quick Claw's in this game somewhere.
okay. Well,
I'm also seeing credits for womb music, or womb music, the music that plays in the womb. One assumes.
all right. Any thoughts as to where I should go? Am I just not getting it right to get past the people?
Yeah, I think you just got to swim past the crocs and then jump out of the water and go.
I mean, I'm trying.
Wait, is jump is the swim button though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wait, try
And
going this way.
sometimes it
Go
jumps,
this-
sometimes it doesn't.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you do in fact have to run across the backs of the crocodiles.
I don't see a way to do that.
Look at that. You're doing it.
Okay, well,
Yeah, you're gonna have to dynamically recamera as you're.
that's actually very difficult and dumb.
I don't disagree, but it is the real truth.
So here's the thing, like, Pitfall works for 2D spaces.
Yeah.
This... Okay. And let me...
I love this sort of like.
Oh, this is just... Okay. That's not a way forward. I don't...
Oh no,
know
yeah,
the
it's
way
just a
forward.
treasure. Yeah. I love this sort of like co-op or surgeon simulator quality of having to reach out with Harry's arm to manually grab treasure. So this sort of clumsy, awkward.
Okay, there's some platforms over there.
Yeah, there's another like to the right of. I don't think these are platforms. Like I think that's just wall behind them. Yeah, if you look to your left. Nope, directly behind you now. Yeah, that way. Nope.
No,
That way, yeah.
Oh,
Right,
right.
that's
the
a shelf that you
alligator
can get
there.
up on.
Okay. Oh, no. No.
Yeah, unfortunately, they do not, for whatever reasons. This game came out in 2012. The last game had camera issues, I think it's fair to say. But to some degree, they were forgivable because it was a very early game. This game came out in 2012. We had figured out how to do camera controls to some extent by this time. There's really no excuse, I think, here. I have a lot less information about this one than we have had about the previous ones.
Yeah, I didn't even know this existed.
So this came out on this was ported to Windows. It was also ported to the Wii, where it was released under the title Pitfall: The Big Adventure.
Yeah, I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is for.
Oh,
You
never
know,
mind. This didn't come out in 2012. It's the other Pitfall came out in 2012. This came out in 2004.
Okay.
So it's not. It's still. We still knew how to do 3D controls already. They still fuck this up. Nice.
Yeah, just break down some statues.
Yeah, fuck these people and their culture.
Take
Nice.
that, you stupid monkey.
Oh, if you feed something in the ground mouth, it stays closed for longer. Interesting. Perhaps a thing of great import in the future. That monkey was asleep. You did not need to do that. That does not sell as self-defense. So the blue pool, if you jump in it, is
Yeah.
it refills your health.
No, I learned that before.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is real bad. This is just we've been watching slowly the I don't want to say decline of the series because like
You were definitely supposed to jump on that vine. Oh boy, how do you think this is gonna go? Just reach out and grab him. Grab that shaman. I'm sure you're supposed to hit him. Oh, maybe. Okay, there we go. Oh, the shaman
right.
shop. So you managed to put together 7 idols. You can see here Smash Strike, Super Sling, and Breakdance. You can learn new moves. Harry's heroic moves, they're called in the manual.
Okay.
You can also buy hints. The mystical healing water is your health.
Okay. Well, I don't have the. Okay. Here, how about this? And just get extra health. No, that's just I'm already at full health. All right, I'll go without right now.
So yeah, you can see there's branches all around. It's a little more exploration-y. It's a true successor to Pitfall 2, right?
Yeah. Okay. Hang on.
Nice. Very clean. Amabel, what if you're great at this? What if this is your calling? What if you are destined to become...
TNT to blow this out. Maybe I'll find some.
What if you are destined to become the world's greatest Pitfall: The Lost Expedition speedrunner?
I mean, that feels awful because this game it's awful in every It's awful in every conceivable way. As like first of all as a thing, I still don't know. Like I don't understand why this exists. I don't know who was buying Pitfall games at this time. Okay, well that's just swinging too much, and I can't actually. I can move the camera this way. I can't do the snap when I'm on the vine. Okay, let me turn this around again.
Now, apparently, when they released this, they also released 3 mobile, like, side-scrolling mobile games that feel kind of reminiscent of that game we played last week. The Beyond the Jungle for the Game Boy.
Okay, yeah, that's
3 short mobile games entitled Pitfall: The Lost Expedition Caves, Pitfall: The Lost Expedition Glacier, and finally Pitfall: The Lost Expedition Jungle. And they're like shorter mobile experiences.
okay. And then I got a right stick to climb down, and then swing.
Yeah, the magic of 3-dimensional platforming, huh?
You know, I'll say this about Pitfall Harry in the Atari games.
Yeah.
He didn't kiss women without permission.
Yeah.
He did not beat up anybody. He did not have combat abilities.
Atari Pitfall Harry is not pro assault,
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
and modern Pitfall Harry seems to be broadly in favor of assault along multiple axes.
You know, I'll say this for Mario. Mario did not become a worse person over the course of his games.
I see someone's never played Paper Mario.
I haven't, no. Is that the one with the shame boy?
Yes. That is the one with the shame boy.
Okay, which one is R1?
That's a good question. I do not know the binding for R1 off the top of my head. The binding on our perfectly legal PS2.
Okay, that's the left stick.
So let's see. You started in the heart of the jungle. where you'll deal with living pits, crocodiles, the irritating scream of howler monkeys, and more. Then you can make it into native territory, where you must prepare for the natives to be throwing TNT at you, apparently. Then there are, of course, the Lost Caverns. There you go, Pitfall Harry, Morph Ball. Oh yeah, there are some Lost Caverns, there's snowy mountains, and then there's ancient ruins filled with many traps. I mean, I think basically what you're looking at here.
Yeah.
You gotta go low under those ones on the left, I think.
I need to be able to actually see what's going on. And okay. It's too many
Survival.
buttons.
Oh god, keep running. Oh god.
Too many buttons, because you know how many buttons there are in the Atari one?
I do.
It's one.
It is one. Nice. Nice. I do not love the having to crawl under things semi-blindly into like a drop. That's very nerve-wracking.
Cool. 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 I love having to fight people in... Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is the worst one. This is...
It is remarkable how often you feel the need to say that. I feel like it's every week.
Because it keeps getting worse. Like, it didn't... You know, the first one is fine. The second one is actually surprisingly good. And everything since it's just been... Like, it gets worse and worse, and you don't think it can get worse, but then it does.
I'll mark this on my map so I can come back later.
It's a little bit of a Metroidvania. Do you want to stop playing this?
Yeah, I think
How would
so.
you like to be freed from your purgatory? You've actually you've played this for quite a long time.
Have I?
Yeah, relative to how long we usually do phase one, the pre-stream for. You've been
Okay.
you've
Yeah.
been in
no,
here for a while.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say, Pitfall 2 is still. Oh, there's more buttons. You know, I love pushing buttons.
Oh, you love pushing my buttons. Anyway, I'm gonna boot us back to the gas cave here. That was the pre-stream, everybody. That was Pitfall, the Lost Expedition, the continuing adventures of Pitfall Harry Sr., where we learn that he is just as much of a shit as his son. The apple does not fall far from the tree. Let me pop this back to here for the thing we're actually doing today, for the stream. That was the pre-stream. This is the current stream. Let me make sure this is not muted, because it does have audio. And it would be cool if
Wait.
you
I'm
could-
just seeing it in the chat. My friend Dimitri saying Rado worked on this. Is that
true?
true? Oh, that's crazy. Also, welcome to this. I don't think you've been in one of our streams before. Welcome to our stream.
Says I think Atari just couldn't fully realize the horrors they intended for Harry's character. It was clearly the vision. This was clearly the vision they always intended. You know, it's entirely possible. There's a lot of charm to the sort of like low res graphics, and also sometimes they hide crummy design work. My favorite example of this is Chrono Trigger, where I think the sprites as offered are really, really interesting and charming. And then when you get like the high res, like the anime cutscenes that were commissioned for the PSX version, it's just fucking Piccolo. Magus is just white Piccolo. because it was Akira Toriyama who did the original character drawings. And it's just like, oh, that's disappointing. Anyway, today we're gonna be playing another Bazaar run. People seem to be interested. There seem to be lots of questions when I played the Bazaar as a pre-stream a couple of weeks ago. So I figured this could be sort of like the main course here. I can explain what's going on a little bit better for people who are not familiar. But yeah, this is the Bazaar. This is a game I've been playing a bit recently. So let's start by selecting a character. Do we want to run a poll or something? I have 7 characters unlocked. There's not a huge number of people in chat, so probably a poll would not be super.
Play one of the girls. Lady. Pick a lady. Also, can you share the screen with me so I can get it more in real time
Oh yeah, that's
rather
actually
than
really
on a
good.
delay.
That would be a kind thing for me to do.
Also, I feel like I should say I think Dooley counts as a lady if Dooley wants to.
Yeah, and listen, I mean, anybody who wants to count as a lady is welcome to count as a lady.
That's true. Except that pig man. He knows what he did.
So yeah, we got just to explain them real quickly. We have
Success isn't about money.
Pygmalion here,
It's about lots of money.
who is all about economics and growth and being huge. I have a lot of cosmetics. I have many outfits for Pygmalion. We put a little fashion show. Here's Pygmalion in his pro wrestling gear. Here he is on workout day. Really flexed. I think he's very off-putting as a design, and I kind of love that. Here he is as a romantic, a classical romantic.
A businessman's gotta look
This
good.
this I guess is the Indian marching band. He's drum corps. Here he is in a smart business suit. But I like this one because I like the critter a lot.
Sure.
The critter's very stupid and he keeps getting shocked by this flower and then forgetting about it. It's like, well, I'll go in for
Yeah.
another sniff. That's pretty adorable. Mac is an alchemist. He does all kinds of poisons and potions and fire and whatnot. He's kind of a neat character.
Spilled a lot of blood.
Karnak here is the werewolf man.
It better be worth it.
He's very edgy and grim and brooding. Vanessa is just a lady who likes stabbing people, you know? There's not too much more to it than that. I also have a lot of outfits for her because she's an older character. I do have pro wrestling gear for her. Where's my pro? Here it is.
Do I look pretty or scary? Say both or I'll gut you.
She also has a good pro wrestling outfit. Stell is an inventor. She tinkers with devices and stuff. Dooley is a little robot critter. Here's Dooley, and then Dooley in a variety of outfits. This is Santa Dooley, which is 100% just normal Dooley with a hat on. But also Dooley has a variety of moods. Look, tough Dooley, wondrous Dooley, Easter Dooley, Dooley the Explorer, Detective Dooley. I do think they seem to have the most fun with Dooley's outfits. And then Jules, the celebrity chef, we have definitely played on stream before. I don't really have a lot of outfits for her, but she's a celebrity chef. She has cooking-based mechanics. Zuli in the chat says, "Oh God, he's like Dr. Robotnik levels of off-putting. It's fabulous."
Do you mean Dr. Eggman?
No, I don't think. I think Dr. Robotnik is what was meant. It seems like people like the robot.
All right, go with the robot.
I
then.
like Dooley. We'll play Dooley.
Detective Dooley.
Detective Dooley. We'll play Detective Dooley. Okay. 1 second. What are my daily challenges? Use large items, upgrade 4 items, use items. Okay. These are basically free. We'll try to find a fun large item to focus on. Okay, so here's how the Bazaar works. We're playing as Detective Dooley. A run of the Bazaar is broken up into days. Days are they're sort of set up across a set of days. Oh, we started with a lucky clover. I guess that's because They do stuff like this seasonal, holiday-related stuff. So merchants have a chance to deal higher rarity items today, as long as we hold on to this clover, or we could sell it for 8 money early on, which is a lot of money relative to the amount that you have at the beginning of the game. So the game is broken up over a series of days. You can see here our day indicator on the left. It is currently hour 0 of day 1. A day is broken up into a set of hours. You can see here each circle around this little clock represents an hour, and each hour we're going to be given a choice or a fight. The first couple of hours of the day you'll be given some adventuring choices. In the middle of each day you'll be made to fight a monster. Then you'll get a couple more choices, and then at the end of each day you will fight a human player asterisk. You will fight a human player's build. There's no direct interaction in combat, so the game remembers everybody's, it just records how everybody's build looks at the end of each day, and you will fight the build of some other player from some other time. We have here our prestige meter, which is basically our life meter. Losing fights against players results in prestige loss equal to the day. If your prestige hits 0 twice, your run ends. The first time you hit 0, you are rescued and something happens. Or each time we win, we mark up a victory here. We can earn rewards by getting 4, 7, or 10 victories. And if we get 10 victories, then our run ends in a success instead of a humiliating failure. So that's the deal. Try to get 10 wins before you lose all 20 of your prestige. Fairly simple, right? Down here, we have gold. At the beginning of every day, we're going to get income. We've just taken our income, so we have plus 7 gold per day. We have 15 gold here to start with. And then we have our table space. At the beginning of the game, there's only 4 slots on your table. But as we level up, you can see here our experience meter. As we level up, we will get our carpet will unroll and we'll get more and more table space. We also have a 10-slot inventory for carrying things that are not currently on the table. I reckon this probably doesn't have to be on the table to work. Items like this usually don't. And let's, so we have a choice here, our first choice. We can get a small tool, we can go into the jungle and find some abandoned ruins, which could have a variety of effects, or we could just go shopping. We got some money. Valpak here sells stuff at a discount.
I love this company. I love the company's owner.
Our man Valpak, working for Forces. Okay, so let's see here. One of Dooley's main themes is that he has a lot of robotic friends with punny names, and you can build up the Robo Friends build. You can see here Clarence, the robot scorpion, gets bonus damage whenever we use another friend in combat, and anything that has a face and a name has the friend tag on it. So you can see here the way items work. Most items have a cooldown listed. When you get into a fight, every item is just going to start ticking by itself. You don't make any choices or do anything in combat. All of your items just activate every X seconds and do whatever it is they do. In Clarence's case, every 6 seconds he's going to deal 20 damage. And then whenever another friend goes off during combat, he gets bonus damage for the fight. Yep, hello, welcome folks, welcome to the stream. We're just doing a Bazaar run here. Items in the game also have a series of tags. You can see up at the top of this item, it is tagged medium and friend and weapon. Items come in 3 sizes: small, which takes up 1 slot on our table, medium, which takes up 2, and large, which takes up 3. And then the weapon tag means that it deals damage. Most of the tags don't do anything by themselves. They're just information for other items to look at, like the friend tag here. We're gonna take Clarence. Clarence is a good.
Huge for a reason.
Clarence is a good dude.
Buy more.
I'm also gonna buy this Satcom. So Satcom every 5 seconds will haste the friend to the immediate right of this for 2 seconds. But also at the start of each day, it's going to call forth a new friend to join us on our adventure. We're gonna buy this, and we're probably just gonna keep it in our backpack.
What else can I get for you?
Just to bring us friends, because we want more friends. Every merchant has a reroll button. You can hit reroll and generate a fresh new table of stuff. He generated a lot of expensive stuff. So part of the downside of the merchants generating higher quality items You can see here our buddy Clarence is bronze. You can tell from his frame. This guy, Micro Dave, generated at silver, so he's more effective than the bronze version of Micro Dave. He's also twice as expensive. We just don't have the money to take on this Micro Dave, sadly. Memory card. If we leave the memory card in combat every 10 seconds, it permanently gains 1 value, and when we sell it, our core gains crit chance equal to the item's value. You know what? As a thing to just generate money,
Might as well stock up.
we might need that. All right, we're out of money, Valpak. You took us for everything we got. Oh no! And now it's Tinker, who sells friends, and we're out of cash. That's a shame. We could go and enjoy a regenerative tincture, which looks pretty good. However, it just gives you, it permanently adds regen to your character equal to twice your level. Obviously, on day 1, this is not a very compelling choice, as we are level 1. So we're just gonna go out in the jungle. We've discovered a strange mushroom. We can trade the mushroom for a neutral item. We can sell the mushroom for 4 gold, or we can share it with a friend. We can share it with somebody to make friends with them. Let's share it with a friend. We've gained charcoal. You know, charcoal. A fire-based friend who gets better at burning whenever you use another friend. Welcome aboard, charcoal. And so you can see, well, we've been gaining little bits of XP all day long. We are now at the middle of the day, and this is where we get to choose our first combat encounter. So we're going to fight a monster. That monster, as you can see, is going to give us rewards, coins, and XP if defeated, and an item. That thing on the right is an item or a skill. So just to pick the Kyber drone here, you can see in the enemy's health bar little blue dots and yellow dots. The blue dots are experience, the yellow dots are coins. As we deal damage to the enemy, oops, I didn't put my SATCOM in the right location, oops. As we deal damage to the enemy, as their health bar gets lower, we earn the coins and XP for fighting them progressively throughout the fight, so you don't have to defeat them to actually get some loot. We did win that fight due to a factor I will explain in a moment, but since we did win the fight, in addition to the XP and the gold, we get either one of the items from his inventory or one of his skills. Let's see what we get. We got his honeycomb. Slows an item for 1 second and gives us 1 regen. This is not a very good item, in my opinion. We will probably just end up selling that. So the reason we won that fight, even though my board is terrible and I didn't set it up correctly because I was too busy talking, is each fight runs sort of neutrally, just people's items going at each other for a certain number of seconds. And then the sandstorm kicks in. The Bazaar is out in the middle of the desert, and there's some pretty rough sandstorms. When the sandstorm kicks in, it deals rapidly escalating amounts of damage to both combatants to, hurry a conclusion along. So no battle ever goes terribly, terribly long in the Bazaar. And we won off of the sandstorm just because that guy had way lower base health than we do. It's very easy to win the first fight on the first day. So we can gain some income for the rest of the run. We can go to Finn's, our buddy Finn, have a bite. Unfortunately, the max health gain from Finn's is percentage based. It gives you like 5% more health. So at the beginning of the game, when your health is very low, this is not a very compelling option. Or we could go weapon shopping, but we still kind of don't have any money. So let's invest in the future. And that was enough XP to level up. So in addition to having gained max HP and our carpet unrolling some, so we have more slots, we get a level up bonus. We can go to Pip, who will give us 2 gold and teach us a skill, or we can choose a shiny enchanted item. I love enchanted items. So an enchanted item is a normal item with a bonus on top of it. You can see this Induction Aegis has been enchanted with Turbo, which makes it, in addition to its normal shield and burn functionality, haste an item for 2 seconds when it goes off. This Power Sander has also been made Turbo. And this Micro-Mock has been made Deadly, which means it improves crit. Because it is the type of item that doesn't do anything itself that can critical, it instead gives critical chance to adjacent items. That's kind of neat. I don't think any of these is like super compelling for us. Haste the item to the right of this for 2 seconds. I'm going to take the induction Aegis. A little bit of shield, a little bit of fire, a little bit of haste. Just kind of like a nice jack of all trades item here. So let me rearrange things a little bit. We have 3 slots left. I mean, we probably want charcoal. These guys don't need to be adjacent to each other or anything. They just want to hang out. I kind of want to run my memory card through these early fights just to see if we can stack up some value on it. Gosh, maybe I am running SATCOM. We really don't have very good items yet. All right, let's try to fix it. We got a little bit of time before the last fight of the day. Let's find an abandoned crate. So from here, we could get a medium item, or we could gain a skill. I think our board's really bad, so maybe take the item. We got a welding helmet. I'm not super enthused. Okay, so here's going to be our first fight of the day. Somebody's Karnak build from the end of day 1. I am not in love with our position. Maybe we hold on with the memory card. We can slip this into play when we have more open space on our board. And we just play this, and this way we have a little like shield and burn theme going. We have a lot of fire damage, and fire damage can stack up. So red damage, normal physical damage, is just like a punch. You know, it happens. It's a single impact. Fire and poison damage are build up damage over time type things. Poison damage takes once per second and, you know, just lowers the opponent's health directly by that amount. It ignores shielding. It just goes straight to their HP bar. Fire damage, on the other hand, will get caught on the opponent's shield. It does have to burn through their shield to be able to hurt them. But fire damage ticks twice as fast as poison damage does. It also decreases over time. Every time fire ticks, it decreases in value by 1. But if you're stacking it up from multiple items, you can usually get a pretty decent amount going. And while this is a small amount of these things, notice the cooldown on this is only 3 seconds. So it'll be going off relatively frequently. I don't know. We might lose this fight. People's builds are pretty bad at the end of day 1 usually, so anything's possible, really.
Make an exception.
What's our opponent got? Okay. So, hunting spear here. Bonus crit chance based on the number of friends you have. When you crit with this, haste all your other items. Along with the hunting hawk, which makes it so whenever one of your items is hasted, it starts flying, and all your flying items have bonus crit chance. So the first time he lands a crit shot with that spear, all of his items are going to jump up in the air and gain extra crit chance and get faster, and it's a good idea for a build. It's a good basic Karnak build. Karnak himself is a werewolf. You can see he's building up rage here every time he uses his items, and when that rage meter hits 100, he will transform into his terrifying beast form. Check that shit out.
Sometimes control it.
He absolutely ate our face because we're just dealing damage way too slowly. It's okay. You lose a fight on day 1, you lose 1 prestige. It's not a big deal. Detective Dooley, we're going to get you a build. We're going to figure something out. So we've taken income again. We now have some money. Let's go ahead and shop with it. JJ, show me something cool.
I mean, a customer.
Well, JJ's showing us a rocket launcher, which is fun. This deals damage and burn, and it has multicast. So every time it hits its cooldown, it goes off 3 times. Obviously, a big benefit of multicast items is that they scale extremely well with external buffs. Our SATCOM should have pulled us a new friend. Indeed, we got an Uwashiwali bird. Not super good for us, unfortunately. This is you can see here, this is ordinarily a Pygmalion item. In the shops and stuff, we're generally going to see items that are just for our character, but a lot of things give you access to stuff from other heroes' item pools. So you can get some cross-character things going sometimes, and there are some neat synergies to be found that way, and Uwashiwali bird is just not, I think, super good for us, unfortunately. This light bulb charges tech items, and when you buy it, you get a small tech item. I don't think any of this stuff is super compelling for us, especially not if we're trying to get into some kind of friend-based build. Let's re-roll your supply. Show me something better. Well, we could get an upgrade for our memory card to make it charge slightly faster. If you acquire a second copy of an item, it merges with the first copy to create the next quality up. So buying this bronze memory card would merge with our existing bronze memory card to make the silver version. Arc Blaster deals damage and charges up faster if you have more tech. Our friends do not have the tech tag. And this does some burn damage and charges up faster when you use other relics and tools. So our induction aegis is tech, our welding helmet is a tool. None of this stuff is... I'm not buying any of this. JJ, you've disappointed me again. We get a sharpening stone to apply a permanent damage bonus to an item. You go for another abandoned chest, or... Isla, can you help me out? Can you show me something?
And you might.
Okay, here we go. The Armadillo is a friend that deals a healthy amount of damage, and every time we shield from any item, it charges for 2 seconds. So that it just immediately takes 2 seconds off of the cooldown. We have a couple of shield items that have relatively shortish cooldowns. Yeah, a Armadillo might be exactly the kind of thing we're looking for. Also, here we have our man Hamlet. Look at him. He loves his job. Hamlet gets extra charge whenever you slow something. We don't have any slows in our build right now, but I think we're going to take this Armadillo and maybe lean into like a shielding friends build. Show me some more items. A claw arm benefits when hasted. This and the weapon to the left of this gain 15 bonus damage for the fight. Obviously, like this would be pretty good in a build with the rocket launcher. If you're granting big bonus damage to the rocket launcher and having it all get tripled. Laser pistol and SMG, just some like very fast firing weapons. If you have stuff that triggers off of your weapons being fired fast, I think we're gonna pass on this stuff. And once again, it is the middle of the day. We can fight these guys. So because when you defeat an enemy, the biggest piece of loot is an item that they're holding or a skill that they know. There's a little bit of system mastery to be applied here in just like knowing which monsters have what kinds of stuff. We're going to go after the Rogue Scrapper. First of all, this is the easiest of these 3 fights, and I think our build is still kind of bad. And secondly, I should have put out the Armadillo, but whatever, we're fine. Secondly, this guy has a couple of items that I'd be happy to grab off of him if we can get lucky. So you can see our fire building up and doing damage quickly-ish. This little blue line meeting in the center is the sandstorm timer. Okay, the sandstorm didn't really have time to kick up before we did technically win that fight. And we got some barbed wire. Deals damage, slows, charges off of shielding. Not necessarily out of line for our build. So we get some chocolate bars. Chocolate bars are an item that improves your max HP, even if you don't have a mouth with which to eat them. I think we're just going to go into the jungle ruins. We don't really have a lot of money for shopping. We're about to get a level up here. Here in the jungle ruins, we can grab some loot, just lay back and enjoy the scenery, or, as Dooley, search for abandoned tools. Get a small silver tier tool item from any hero pool. I want a tool. First of all, because we might get something useful, and secondly, because even if we don't get something useful, we can sell whatever it is we get. Okay, this hunting knife is actually kind of interesting. So you can see our board has expanded again, and when Dooley hits level 3, Dooley's level 3 reward is he gains his core. So the game's going to choose 5 of the available cores from a pool of there's like 7 or 8, I think, to show us. And this is a highly synergistic item that give us something to sort of build toward. So the primal core here, when it goes off, it deals damage, and it gives a damage bonus to our dinosaur and relic items for the rest of the fight. It also makes the items that are adjacent to it be considered relics, and whenever you use a dinosaur or a relic, you charge this up. that could be interesting. We don't currently have any dinosaurs or relics, so we'd be a long way off on that build, but it's something we can start looking for. The companion core charges whenever you use a friend and hastes the items adjacent to it for 2 seconds. And you can see it itself has the friend tag because it has a little buddy running in it. It's having a great time. I do really love the art in this game. I think it's very charming. The core, the basic core, deals 50 damage, charges all the items to the right of it when it goes off, and whenever you use any item that is to the left of it, it charges. It's like fine, it's not very exciting. The weapon core, which is kind of similar but focuses specifically on things with the weapon tag. And then the armored core, which is like the weapon core except for shielding. I don't know. What do you think? I think I'm inclined to either primal core and try to pivot into like dinosaurs, or companion core and just be generic friend mode. Dinosaurs are friends too, you know.
Dinosaurs are friends. This is true.
Well, what do you think? Look at that! Look at that guy breathing fire into the core. All right, I'm taking the primal core. We're going to try to go dinosaur mode.
Okay.
And we're going to change some things up here. So, first of all, I really don't think we're using this Uwashiwali bird ever. I really don't think we're using this honeycomb. At any time, you can just sell stuff out of your inventory. I think I'm going to take the welding helmet off. Ah, man. The welding helmet is one of our sources of shielding, which makes the armadillo better. What we need is more stuff that shields. Maybe we don't run the primal core right away. Maybe we keep all the shielding items along with the armadillo. We got stuff for setting off Chlorants and charcoal. I'm starting to think that this memory card is kind of a pipe dream. It's just like, when are we ever going to have room for it? Okay. So we can go for a little salvage. We can just get ourselves a small free tech item. We can go to Finn's. We can go visit my man Curio. Curio sells bronze tier neutral items. So what neutral items are first of all, they're items that are in just sort of like a common pool that's available to all characters. Most of them are not very good items that give you some kind of permanent bonus when you sell them. We have enough money to grab something out of Curios that might be interesting, but I don't, because we're still so far away from like having a strategy here. I kind of just want to pick up more items, see if we can find something. Okay, so we got ourselves a light bulb. Not super compelling for our build. Something we can sell though. All right, and we're up against a Mac. Macs can be tough, but our armadillo is going to do some decent damage.
And I will punish you.
Max builds tend to come online a little bit earlier, so the early Mac can be a tough fight. Ooh, you can see he's got a lot of poison damage. So unfortunately, our shielding is going to be irrelevant as far as keeping us safe. But it is charging up the armadillo pretty quickly. Look at that thing. I mean, we're taking big chunks out of him.
You have just paid it.
We were really close. That was really close. We were a single attack going off or 2 fire ticks away from victory there. So does the game pretty much make sense to folks?
I'll say it makes as much sense to me as it always does. Like I understand like the core ideas. It's just all the little things going off, and it's not that complicated right now. But it's gonna get more complicated, and like
yes, yeah.
I don't know how to parse all that information. Like I'm not able. I don't have the cognitive bandwidth to parse all those things, and I feel like, of course, like probably it feels like you do it a little more, like you do it thoughtfully, but it feels like you do it somewhat by vibe. you know, like I don't think you're crunching the numbers as to how things are going to set each other off or whatnot, so much as like, well, this is improving, this is better, haste, you know, this is good. Like, what's the experience like for you in the late game, especially?
I mean, I'm trying to narrate it. I'm trying to say out loud so y'all can.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. The defense matrix shields whenever an adjacent item goes off, and also hastes the adjacent items every 4 seconds. An item that is hasted is processing its cooldown at double speed. So hasting an item for 1 second is effectively taking 1 second off of its cooldown in a sort of a way. I wonder if we could use this if we had some friends who were pretty low cooldown. We could use this to generate shield more frequently, and then, you know, every time we generate shield, the armadillo loses 2 seconds off of its cooldown. Like, that could be good. I'm kind of not in love with our current shield items, but I don't think we're in position to replace them either just yet. And I hate to buy a bunch of items and be like, well, here's like a huge amount of things for us to pivot to at some unknown point in the future. But I kind of, we're looking for, I don't know, something to serve as a linchpin. House party. Let's make a friend. So you can see there's the Iwashi Wally Bird. There's Hamlet. This is Vanessa's Narwhal and her parrot, who's a pyromaniac. Okay, we got another charcoal. So this charcoal is not going to combine with our existing one because they're not the same quality. You see, this one's bronze and ours is silver. But if we got another silver one, it would combine and make a gold one. Well, we don't need an extra charcoal, so I'm just going to sell that right away. Sorry, friend. And then here's our midday fight. Let's go after the Tempest Bravo.
My life for the Storm Queens.
This guy has some burning related stuff that could be useful to us. And I mean, the Armadillo's, you know, doing work. It's a reasonable contributor.
You fight like a dervish without honor.
Having a friend that's going off more often is charging up Chlorance quickly as well. We hit the recap here, and you can see exactly how much numerical value each thing contributed. Armadillo's doing good work. Armadillo was a good pull. Okay, we got his skill. Cool. So any item that inflicts burn damage also has bonus crit chance now. This will allow us to just directly upgrade any item to bronze tier, and I think we are going to throw the Armadillo in there. Yeah, wow, takes a second off the cooldown and doubles the damage.
They don't make these like they used to.
That's pretty good, in my opinion. Okay, for this level up, we can get a silver tier item, or we can do another upgrade. We bought a lot of stuff at silver tier because of the lucky clover. So what does Chlorance look like at silver? Okay, the only thing that improves is his growing damage bonus, but it does double in size. We can take a second off the cooldown of the induction Aegis, which is more frequent charging for the Armadillo. I'm gonna take the Chlorance buff. Alright, so we got 12 gold. We got maybe a little bit more of an idea of what we're doing. We got 2 more spaces on our carpet here. Do I want to snap the core in now? Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. So it gives an escalating damage bonus to dinosaurs and relic weapons, and adjacent items are considered relics, so let's make sure that the things that have damage on them are the things that are adjacent, because otherwise that effect is going to be wasted. And we're looking for more dinosaurs and relics now. This is key to our strategy. Curio, my man.
I got everything you need.
So here's an example of the kinds of things Curio has. This Junkyard Club is an 11-second cooldown item with 30 that deals 30 damage. That's terrible as far as weapons go. But when you sell this, all of your weapons get +4 damage. So the idea with these items is mostly that you receive them as loot from combat and then
Clean up the bazaar.
and then sell them for bonuses. We'll get some regen here. But Curio just has them in stock, and you can find the stuff you're looking for and do it this way. Yeah, I'll take this shield scrap.
Circuits to see that find a home.
With this thing having such a low cooldown, small improvements to it are a little bit more meaningful, you know?
Yeah.
Leftmost weapon gets +4 damage. Leftmost slow item gains stuff. The Clockwork Blades reduces all of our items' cooldowns.
That's a bargain.
It's a pretty small amount, but, you know, every item when you're bargaining faster is definitely meaningful.
That's been sitting there 20 years.
And then I'm going to move the Dino Core to the left for a second here, because when we sell this, whatever weapon is leftmost is going to get the bonus. And we might, it is conceivable to me that we end up dumping Chlorance. I think we're going to hold on to the Primal Core, though. Okay, I mean, we're feeling a little stronger. We're feeling a little more cohesive. It's a little bit more of a build. Let's see what this Jules is rocking.
Mind if my crew films this for the show?
So I see a lot of fire on her build as well. You can see the little gems behind the cards before they flip over. She's got a toaster and a skillet and a pie, and yeah, we're gonna get a lot of fire real fast here. And sadly, our Armadillo is not quite keeping up.
Let's just talk it out. Over dinner, of course.
Okay, and you can see the prestige loss is starting to add up. We gotta start getting some wins under our belt. Detective Dooley is putting the case together. He's working on it. This is an important part of every noir story, right? Is that at the beginning the detective gets the shit kicked out of them a lot?
Yeah, and then usually at the end they die.
Yeah. Or they have to accept their powerlessness in a world that will trample them over and over again until they die. So we can go shopping. He sells medium and large items, but unfortunately, we do not really have the most money here. Our Satcom brought us a dinosaur. A dinosaur, specifically. So this item's cooldown is reduced by 3 seconds if you have at least 3 other dinosaurs, tools, or relics. And it turns out we do, in fact, have 3 other relics. So this might be charcoal. You might be getting booted, my friend, because this thing goes off every 3 seconds, and that is going to help charge our Primal Core faster, which is going to help charge our Armadillo faster. And in fact, with this only having a 3-second cooldown, it's probably not time to make a change just yet, but let's move on here. That was pretty lucky, though. I think I'm just going to go work at the docks. We need to earn some more money before we go shopping. And here at the docks, we can work as security, get 2 gold and also a weapon card, 2 gold and a tool card for working as a dockhand, or 2 gold and a shield card for working as maintenance. I would love some new sources of shielding. It's Balloon Bot. Every 4 seconds, shield 20. While you are shielded, this item's cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds. And it's a friend. It's a friend who goes off frequently and provides shields. So I think what we're going to do here is we're probably going to replace the helmet with you straight up. We're losing our burn stuff. Our burn theming is going away, but I think that's fine. Do I want to put you up against the core? Well, no, I don't, because you won't get the benefit of the bonus damage. But, you know, this thing going off every 2 seconds, as long as we're maintaining some level of shield, obviously would be pretty good for charging the core if it were to be seen as a dinosaur or a relic. And now we have a 3-second charge friend and a 2 or 4 second charge friend, and the defense matrix is starting to make a lot of sense, right? This thing providing
Yeah.
shield every 2 to 4 seconds. All right, I hate to do this, but Clarence, maybe you're getting retired. Hold on. So if we do this, so this thing is a relic now because it's adjacent to the primal core. It's not getting the benefit of the primal core, but now we have shielding happening quite frequently. If this is hasting these guys, they're going off so fast. Let's try it like this. So we should be generating a lot of shield very quickly, which means a lot of Armadillo procs, and Armadillo is just going to carry us. I also want to make some room in our inventory. I don't like walking around with full pockets. This hunting knife thing's not going to happen. The memory card thing's not going to happen. Okay, make at least a little bit of space to pick some loot up. And that's got us back to 14 gold, so I guess we can go shopping again.
Discounts for peace.
A battery for charging items. I mean, that makes sense. Some coolant freezes items and cleanses half of the burn off of you. That's a fun toy that doesn't really make sense for our build. Duct tape slows an item, and when you use an adjacent item, shield 5. I mean, and obviously they're a reference to a controversial artwork. Ooh, Copper Ed, a friend who shields. But his cooldown's kind of slow. I guess he's faster than the Induction Aegis. The Induction Aegis has that turbo on it, though, which is really nice. And here we have Walter Cooler. So Walter Cooler is an interesting item because he doesn't do anything to help the combat, but he does permanently improve your max health every time he goes off. So if you can get a Walter Cooler early and, have a build that is sufficient to damage opponents out while still letting Walter do his thing, you can get a lot of bonus health in the early game. That's pretty cool. I don't think it's really a good fit for us. So the question is just Turbo Induction Aegis, do we want the friend versus... I guess we don't have anything... Now that we don't have Clarence, the fact that he's a friend is just fun for us thematically. It's not really a mechanical concern.
You're
All
not
right.
ready to accept the light. And that's okay.
So... we can find an old orcish retiree here. He just wants to be left alone to golf all day. We could go after the Hellbilly. So you'll notice that, these are usually arranged in bronze, silver, and gold with escalating gold rewards. The Dervish only gives you 2 coins upon defeat. The Hellbilly's worth 4. Let's see about this Hellbilly. I'm feeling kind of strong.
Outland stranger.
And I know he has some items we might want to make use of. So I mean, the Armadillo is for sure going off more often.
Yeah.
Bazaar folks strutting around like you own the Outlands. Now get.
All right, he has a lot of cool stuff. Give me something cool. He gave us one of his least cool items. This is just a shitty weapon with multicast on it. We're not keeping that. Get out of here. Get out of here with that noise. Okay.
So you get a thing from him randomly, but is it weighted at all where you're less likely to get the cool stuff?
Yeah, so I don't actually know that. It could totally be weighted where the stuff in his inventory that is higher rarity is rarer to get. I'm not sure. I don't know that. Here's Miss Isles.
All right.
Miss Isles is pretty powerful. When you she only has 1 ammo, so she fires and then she can't attack again anymore. But whenever you use one of your cores, an item with the core tag, Miss Isles gains 10 damage and reloads, and she has multicast, so every 10 damage is 20 damage. But her fire rate is basically is limited by your core, and our core is not nearly as fast as she is. Although, if she were adjacent to the core every time she goes off, she would charge it for 2 seconds because each multicast does count as a use. I think I'm gonna not take any of this stuff. We get the rocket launcher again. None of this stuff's blowing my mind. An interesting large item, and certainly one that plays well with a shielding based strategy. If we went in really hard on shields, in order to make room for a 3-slot item, I'd probably be pulling the Armadillo and the Dinosaur and just being like full commitment to my shields. I guess our core doesn't really make a lot of sense in that case. I'd probably pull the Primal Core and the Dinosaur, leave Armadillo in. I don't know. I don't think we're generating enough shield for that to really be a reasonable way to damage people out.
My training is about letting go of what holds you down.
So we leveled up here. Shield items get shield equal to 2 times your level. I mean, that's fine. This thing getting shield bonuses is pretty significant because it's going off really frequently. Shield items get crit chance. Your burn items have +2 burn for each shield item you have. Not, I think, super compelling, but it's kind of interesting. I'm sort of inclined to take heavy metal. Or we could reroll. I kind of want to save the gold, though. I'm just going to take heavy metal.
When you're ready, I'll send you to Orlin. But I'll keep you as long as I can.
Okay, the travel agent. I think we're going to visit our travel agent.
You're not just buying my portals. You're
So,
buying my information.
the travel agent has expedition tickets. You might have noticed these in the inventory of some of the monsters. You can win them through combat. But if you don't win them through combat, you can sometimes find the travel agent. She's not on every run. I should have said, like, the choices that you get are somewhat randomized. And generally, like, the higher quality the portrait, the border around someone's portrait, the rarer they are. So one of these will allow for a special encounter on day 6. The other one allows for a special encounter on day 9. That's why they have those numbers on them. Can we afford to buy both? Yeah, right? I'm gonna go totally broke. We're gonna buy both expedition tickets.
Sent a lot of clients there. Most
Now we're gonna have to start winning some damn fights if we want to see day 9. Let's see if our upgraded shield and armadillo build is capable of driving back this Vanessa. What's she doing? Oh, she's got a big old trebuchet. So just a weapon that deals a pretty decent amount of damage whenever you use another weapon or haste something. Charge this for 2 seconds. So my guess is we're going to see this trebuchet going off a lot. Yeah, she's got some very low cooldown weapons. So her whole thing is just fire the trebuchet a ton. Our shielding is not keeping up. It's a close fight though.
Got talent. You should put it toward nobler use.
The armadillo snuck in one last bite at the end there. That's a win.
Hooray!
We got our first win. Our build is starting to come together. This is a cute. It's a cute build. It's kind of working. It's sort of doing the thing. So we could go buy another friend, or we don't really have a ton of money. Like, we went broke buying those expedition tickets. Let's go do a little bit of work at the docks. See if we can get a fun shield item. Some excellent vintage. So this is a Jules item. You can tell because you can see her face there in the top right of the tooltip. So Jules has this mechanic where she can have stoves and coolers on her carpet, which will allow her to heat or chill items, and many of her items do extra stuff when they are heated or chilled. We currently don't have a cooler, so it would be impossible for us to achieve this chilled bonus. However, if you hold on to an item that has heated or chilled onto it, when you level up, if you're holding such an item, the game will usually let you gain a cooler or a stove. Same thing if you pick an item with Karnok's Rage mechanic attached to it, the game will let you learn Rage when you level up. Our friend from the SATCOM is the horrifying ventriloquist dummy. If this is your only friend, it has a big bonus crit chance. I don't think we're going to be playing with you. In fact, get out of my inventory. I don't even like looking at you. We're not going to be using this though. I have no interest in getting a freezer. It's too slow. Not a good item for us, but sold pretty well. So now we can afford to maybe have a look at some other items. The capacitor charges both adjacent items for 1 second every 5 seconds. It's not bad. Black Spider is a friend who slows items and charges whenever adjacent items apply poison or burn. Interesting, but not very good for us. There's a bunch of these robotic bugs that are, you know, there's a poison one, there's a burn one, there's a slow one, there's a healing one, and their triggers are set up so that if you draft one copy of each one of them and then array them in the rainbow, they all trigger both of their neighbors.
Okay.
Which is pretty cute. And then the Epsilon Ray. When you use a core or another ray, your shield items gain +6 shield for the fight. So there's a bunch of these ray tagged items that all trigger whenever your core or a ray goes off. And I do like the idea of escalating our shielding over the course of the fight, but I don't see us replacing any of the stuff we have here for this. Right? So let's just reroll. Let's just reroll your inventory here. Show me some cool stuff. Hey, it's Hamlet again. It's another one of the bugs. Red Firefly. When an adjacent item hastes or slows, charge this. It's not really what we're looking for. We're having some bad luck with the shops here. We're often not finding anything terribly juicy.
Nothing I can do about your...
Okay, who shall we fight? Grandfather Clock, the Kyver Commander. I hate these Kyver dudes. I have such a thing about wasps. Or the Mayor of Trash Town.
Well, the mayor of Trash Town, obviously.
I love the Mayor of Trash Town. I don't know if our builds... Yeah, whatever. Let's do it.
But I want to see him.
And he has the most money.
Fight permit!
Her. I don't think I like any of his loot, but like, you know, he has the most money and we can just sell whatever we get from him.
Also, he's a raccoon.
He is, I believe, supposed to be a possum.
And that's why
Oh, okay. All right. I see that
That's an
now.
American possum with an adorable dog.
I get typical smear campaign.
I didn't recognize it as a possum because he wasn't screaming.
In theory, it's possible for them to look happy. Okay, we got his pepper spray. 20 damage. First time you fall below half health each fight, slow all of your enemies' items. We don't need this, but that's fine. Like I said, we made a decent amount of money off of that. We're up to 20 cash. Sylvia, show me something cool.
Out of this pool, darling, but you're welcome to join me.
All right, an upgrade for our SATCOM is interesting. Even though we're not using SATCOM as an item in combat, items like this that generate items generate things of the same rarity that they are. So by upgrading this guy, we'll be getting a gold tier friend instead of a silver tier friend every day. And also, we're seeing our first proper dinosaur. So you can see he's both a dinosaur and a dragon, the Trollosaur. Deals 50 damage, applies some burn, and the first time any player falls below half health, he destroys one of your opponent's items. So destroyed items are just destroyed for the rest of that battle. But obviously, it can be very powerful to remove something from your opponent's build, especially if they're, you know, doing kind of like a synergy combo type thing. You pull a keystone out of it. It can be a big deal. And whenever you destroy an item, he just goes off again by himself. Are you joining the party? He's probably not going to outdamage the Armadillo. I think the answer is no. I think we're not bringing him on right now. He's a little slow. But, you know, dinosaurs. Dinosaurs is cool. Ooh, upgrade for the Armadillo. Take another second off the cooldown and add another 50 damage.
I certainly don't have a use for it.
Unfortunately, we are now dead broke. Here's Wallace. Check out Wallace. Wallace is a friend who will get in the way of things for you. And I am inclined to take him, but I don't really want to sell any of this stuff we have. So, sorry, Wallace. Too broke. All right. 2 gold for each tool you have, which would be a total of 2. 2 gold and a silver tier loot item, or just an item. Yeah, show me a little bit of money and a shielding scrap. Okay, we're going to definitely want to apply that shielding scrap to our defense matrix, which is doing great work for us. And then we're a little bit broke to go shopping or to buy skill upgrades, so just give me something free from the Lost and Found. It's a GPU. It allows us to haste our core. Definitely not an item we're going to get any use out of. All right, day 5. You've got to expect people's builds to be sort of coming together here, but you can see this guy's in a similar position to us, where he's got 1 win and a lot of embarrassing losses, so
I will try to.
Maybe his build will also be bad. He does have a large item, though. Okay, so he's got a very primitive sort of siege weapon here. When you are enraged, this deals 5 times as much damage. It only has 4 ammo. It's got a really short cooldown. Does he have a way of reloading it? I don't see one.
The creature, it's just an illusion I used to scare prey.
Well,
Nothing more.
that's pretty bad luck. So he enraged right as the last shot of the giant sling went off. The giant sling went off for 5 times damage and crit us. And with only an 18% crit chance, obviously that's not a very likely outcome. It's very, very bad luck for us. See, when you enrage... Okay, so he's got this hunting hawk, which can give items 40% bonus crit chance. Okay, so he hasted it. He uses the giant squirrel to haste the sling, which puts it up in the air because of the hunting hawk, which then gives it 40% crit chance. So it probably, at the moment it went off, it probably had 60% crit chance. It's an interesting build. He's got a plan there, you know? All right, well, it's day 6, and our expedition ticket entitles us to a visit to Outland's mysterious crash site. There's a fucking UFO crashed in the desert out here, Amabel.
That's crazy.
So first things first, we can learn a friend skill by visiting the zoology lab, learn a haste or slow related skill from the astrometics lab, or learn a weapon or crit skill by analyzing their tactical situation. I think we're kind of in a weapon or friend space here. What do you think? Weapon or friend? It's a shame the Primal Core is not itself a friend, although it is a dinosaur, which is weird.
Friend.
You want a friend skill? All right. Zoology lab, show me some stuff. So, the first 4 times you use a friend each fight, burn 5, warm hugs. The buddy system is if you have exactly 1 friend, its cooldown and your core's cooldown are reduced. Obviously, this is pretty bad for us. Your weapons have plus 5 damage for each friend you have. A beautiful friendship. When you use a friend, your weapons gain 2 damage and your shield items gain 2 shield for the rest of the fight. That's actually pretty compelling for us. Or the friend zone. Your friend's cooldowns are reduced by 5%. The game casting the friend zone as a positive thing. I appreciate that. I kind of like balanced friendship. Between Balloonbot and Dinosaur, we have a lot of friends going off very quickly, and scaling up the amount of shield generated by the defense matrix is going to make us really tough, really fast. I think that's pretty rad. All right, let's check out their crystal growth chamber. Hey, what a surprise, they're growing crystals in here. When we sell this, we learn a skill from another hero's skill pool. When we sell this, we upgrade 2 items that come from other heroes. And when we sell this, we reduce the cooldowns of items from other heroes. Let's go ahead and sell the one that gives a skill. What did we learn? When you use a tool, items adjacent to it gain plus 6% crit. Are you a tool? No. The dinosaur is, weirdly. I mean, I guess it's not that weird. It's got a saw. You know what? I just realized this saw is some kind of fish. This is a real, like, Flintstones, It's a Living kind of moment.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't think we don't have good items from other heroes here, so I'm going to hold on to these other 2 crystals. Okay, do we want to fight the conspiracy theorist with his tinfoil hat and whatnot, yelling about UFOs? Do we want to fight the augmented hellbilly? Or do we want to tangle with the vessel itself? I will say this, I really want to win this fight. I think I'm going to go for the conspiracy theorist just to have the best chance of winning, because if you lose, you get kicked out of the expedition. But if we win this fight, there's more cool stuff to get.
The world is round.
Okay, so he's kind of on the same shield for damage build that we were considering with the force field.
Because they planted that.
But our damage output is just too good. By the way, did you see how much our shield and attack damage stuff had scaled there? We're getting some really good evidence of his theory that the world is round. That's cute. So if we just hold this in our inventory at the start of each day, we'll gain 100 max health. Uh-oh.
That's
a little
pretty good.
bit of a connection hiccup there. Yeah, no, that's a really nice item, and it's not ordinarily one of our items. I might even want to just upgrade that immediately. I guess I should have waited, because we're going to potentially see more items from other heroes in a second here. We've reached the core of the ship, where we have the options to hack the mainframe, getting some golden XP, steal its telemetry data for 2 XP, or get a tech from another hero and 5 loot items. It is nice to just have like a lot of money to run around with. But selling off the loot items is going to get us some portion of 12 gold in the first place. I'm gonna destroy it. Okay, so we got an ATM. Every 3 seconds it shields for 4 times your income. And when you buy this, you gain 2 income. Now, usually when an item says when you buy this, what it means is when you gain this. So even though we're not buying it, when we take it here, yep, permanent plus 2 income gain. Pretty good. We're not going to hold on to this. I don't think it's actually very good. It is a fast cooldown shield item, but our other shield items are doing more things for us. And then we just have a bunch of loot. You know, some more scraps, some more glands. Instill some regen. Make sure to buff up our defense matrix. This stuff boosts the healing of direct heal items, and we do not have any such items. I am just going to sell these to get rid of them, even though they don't have any effect right now. Okay, we got to level up. I'm going to get rid of this GPU for sure. And you know what? We'll go ahead and sell the cinders and improve the burn of the induction aegis. That's fine. Alright, so this level up, we can get a silver tier skill, or we can pursue an upgrade for our core. Takes a second off of the cooldown, adds 10 damage to the bonus damage effect. Seems like a no-brainer to me. Alright, and finally we've reached the cargo hold, where you can find any kind of bizarre thing. So, an abducted cow. When this is used, it starts flying. If this is already flying, another item starts flying. When this is destroyed, charge all your items and transform this into jerky for the rest of the fight. Okay. I don't think that I really have a way to make good use of this, but it is funny. An icy birdcage. Adjacent small items stop flying. Freeze an item for 1 second. This is a birdcage that's got the icy enchant on it. Whenever your items stop flying, shield for 150. This is powerful. This is really cool. It's not good for us because we don't have a way of making things start flying. It's going to be a lot better for characters who can do that kind of stuff. A rivet gun that deals a very small amount of damage and charges items to the left of it. And crude tools. Okay, so this is a relic. Note, and as a relic, it will charge the primal core every time it goes off. Charges all of your tech items by 1 second. If you have only one tech item, this item's cooldown is reduced by 3 seconds. That's not very compelling. Now, to be clear, we're not choosing here. We do get all of this stuff, but my point was, unfortunately, I think we're just immediately selling all of it. I don't think any of it's actually good for us.
Okay.
Again, I would like to clarify that I think that that icy cage I think is actually a very good item for characters who can get stuff to fly, so that this can pull them down and generate the 300 shield. I think that's like a very good item for people who can use it. Oh, you're right. Balloonbot does start things flying. I totally forgot. Boy, only our small items. Yeah, we do have a source of flying. I don't know how I would have worked the icy cage into our build, but good looking out there, Krauzik. And yeah, obviously, if we had chosen to play the cow itself, but at that point, we're talking about replacing like 4 slots in our 10-slot build just to play with that cage. I don't know. Maybe a pivot there would have been a reasonable thing to do. Ugh. Okay, so we're up against another player's build from day 7, and as you can see, this guy's winning. This guy's winning a lot. I do not like. Sorry, he's not from day 7. He's level 7. He's the same day as us. I do not like this. We are probably going to lose this. What a weird. Okay, so he's got a weird build going here. This is going to be a very defensive build. He's going to be building up lots of regen and shield with the intention of surviving the sandstorm.
Good. We should hunt together sometime.
And you can see he was at 88 regen there, so it's ticking for 88 health. That's a strange build. It feels to me like maybe he's in the middle of a pivot. Because it doesn't... I don't know if it makes sense to me that build was winning so much. You know?
Yeah.
How you doing, sweetie? You seem a little.
I'm here. I'm paying attention as best I can. The game is a lot for me.
Yeah. Feel free to ask questions. You can serve as a valuable audience surrogate by telling me what is not clear.
Right. It's no. I know that's my role, and I'm trying. But like the last time we did the Bazaar, is not so much that something isn't explained. It's just that I can't hold on to all these things at once, and I don't know how you do that.
Large dinosaur friend weapon. So check this out. He's got a claw cannon on his back for hunting pteranodons, and then his little arms can work the crank to pull it back in.
That's really adorable. I like the art. I like the vibes are good.
So he deals 25 damage. If your opponent has more items than you do, destroy an item. For each adjacent dinosaur or relic, the cooldown comes down, so we get him down to 8 by surrounding him with dinosaurs or relics. And when you use another friend or relic, this gains 80 damage.
Okay. So
do we want to? Oh boy, that could be fun. My feeling is this: if we're gonna pull in a large dinosaur, what we're probably doing at that point is replacing Armadillo. And I know that Armadillo is kind of like the core of our strategy right now, the core of the thing we're doing. But if I replace 3 slots worth of shielding items, Armadillo is going to go from really good to really bad. Right? Does that make sense?
yeah, that makes sense.
So if we were going to do this, we'd be replacing Armadillo, and probably I'd cut Defense Matrix or Balloon Bot or something. We put somebody there, and then the Rex specs would get... It would be getting a lot of bonus damage. Destroying opposing items is a big deal. And obviously, if you have a large item, you are likely to have fewer items than your opponents. I don't know. It still doesn't strike me as like the thing yet, but we do need to pick up a large item at some point. The Chem Snail does a lot of poison damage when you slow charges for 2 seconds. And then here, Bellista. I love Bellista, but we don't currently have a good build for her, but this is one of my favorite dually items. First of all, I just think the name is really stupid in a way that I love a lot. And
Yeah,
secondly,
no,
when you haste, it's just a good item.
So Silas says game can be information overload, and I do like you're making it more comprehensible, but it is overload for me. Silas also says as a TCG player, I feel like it's a brain structure thing. I have an encyclopedic knowledge of like 4-card games almost against my will.
Yeah, I hear you, Silas.
And
I
can't.
I was a Magic grinder, like a tournament grinder for like 15 years, and I still definitely could tell you off the top of my head what, I don't know, 3,000-ish Magic cards do just from their names or just from seeing the art. Definitely not information I want to have, but it's just in there.
Like, and I feel like if you were to teach me how to play Magic, like, you would do a better job than anyone else. But it is so much for me to hang on to that I would get really overwhelmed and really frustrated as you beat me into pace. I mean, we had that experience, you and I, when we played the Star Wars card game.
Yeah, I tried to teach you the Decipher Star Wars card game, the original Star Wars card game.
Yeah, and like I just was miserable, because we're gonna do that on stream, and I still feel really bad that I just could not get a hold of it where we could do that. But like
you don't feel bad. It just is. It is what it is. So we got a kind of an awkward choice here because none of these are good fights for us. And in that case, where there's no good loot available, what I would generally do is just fight the big one for the most loot. But there's no way we can take the Thug. The Thug is terrifying. So I think we're going to fight Ghost Pepper here with the intention of not really benefiting from the loot. The thing that's really cool about Ghost Pepper is this skill Heat Lover. When you burn, gain 2 regen for the fight. If you are in a burn build, this is an amazingly powerful skill. You can see though, because he has a lot of small items, he has just a large number of total items, so his loot is very unpredictable. There's a lot of stuff you can pull. Hey, it's charcoal. Never forget. Let's visit Midsworth, who sells small and large items and buys your medium items at higher value. Amabel. It's Tanky Yankee. Large friend dinosaur weapon. When your dinosaurs or relics deal damage, shield equal to the damage dealt. So with this one, I wouldn't necessarily think that the Armadillo needs to go, as long as we keep the Armadillo in a relic position. And Tanky Yankee deals 700 damage, or deals 200 damage every 7 seconds, and I need this dinosaur in my life. Please hand me this dinosaur. We're gonna figure it out. I love Tanky Yankee.
You're trying to get a large. You have to use a large thing so many times, right?
Yeah. So this I think would be a fine candidate for building up toward that quest. I don't know if we're gonna finish that quest in one run. It was 50 uses of a large item. It's a lot, but how are we going to incorporate this into the build? Now the question is, what are we disassembling and what are we keeping? Things that dinosaurs and relics that deal damage are at a premium then. keeping the Armadillo adjacent to the core is going to be critical because that's the only way that it's dealing damage, and if that's the only way it's getting the benefit of the trigger. And if it's getting the benefit of the trigger, it charges itself for 2 seconds when it attacks, which is pretty cool. It might be time to cut the induction Aegis. Like maybe it's Aegis and Balloon Bot out, Tanky Anky in.
Okay.
Because like if we do say this, so we keep the fast dinosaur adjacent to the defense matrix. And then we go... Well, actually, is the defense matrix... So here's a rules question that I don't know a way to know. Is the dinosaur is going to generate a shield when it attacks. And this is going to generate shield when the dinosaur attacks, right? Are those counted as 2 separate instances of shielding or not? They're generated by the same event, but they're generated from different sources. And if they're counted as 2 different shielding events and such generate 4 seconds of charge for the Armadillo, then I think that's really good. And if not, then I wish I knew. We can try to eyeball it.
Okay.
Let me swap these around because I do want... We have that bonus... Here, yeah, like this. Oh, wait. No, we don't. Never mind. You have 14 bonus shield from heavy metal. Okay, we're going to try it like this. Balanced Friendship is going to be giving us less payout without the Balloon Bot. I mean, Balloon Bot's really good. But Balloon Bot's not dealing damage. Our build deals much more damage now in total. I'm worried we're losing some of our speedy shield generation. You're a dinosaur, so you will also get the benefit of this. All right, let's try running it like this, I think. I'm uncertain. All right, big level up. Do we want a gold tier skill or a freeze specific skill or a poison specific skill? Well, we don't have any freeze or poison going on, so let's just take from the general pool. Item cooldowns are increased by 2 seconds. Notice this is all, so this affects the opponent's items as well. I don't think this is what we want, but there are builds where you can just slow everything down. The first time you use a large item each fight, adjacent items gain 40% crit chance. Ooh. That's really awkward. Because we want the Armadillo to be adjacent to the defense matrix and the primal core. But obviously the Armadillo is where I want the crit. Let's re-roll. Let's see some new skills. Core cooldown reduced by 10%. When you use an item, it gains 5% crit chance for the fight. Or the first time you slow freeze things. I think overclocked is pretty good.
Every coin goes back to our community. We
Right?
Sphinxians thank you.
And then we can upgrade a silver item. That man is a shrimp man, and I don't like looking at his face.
One thing I've learned from a life in the movies, it's silver, gold, diamond. It all comes down to confidence.
Okay. MNBD, let's see what you got. We have 9 prestige, so even if we lose today, we're not hitting 0.
My dreams are too big for you.
Which means we're definitely going to get to do the day 9 expedition. What is that skill? I've never seen that before. First 5 times you use a property, haste items adjacent to it. So his build seems to be based around this Jabalian recurve bow. Has multicast. This has more multicast if you have more health than an enemy. Yeah, and he has like bonus max HP. Big regen item. But our damage is scaling up. Tanky Anky is making us goddamn invulnerable.
I'll show you what I learned from this.
I don't know. That felt pretty okay, I think. All right, if we make one more win, we get prizes. One more win to finish in the money, so to speak. Kobzik says, a bit judgmental. Shrimp are amusing and delicious.
Disagree. do not care for shrimp.
So medium items. We might wanna hang out with the shrouded figure. Is the thing.
Life is risk.
So,
will you take it?
1, 2, or 3 XP, 10, 20, or 30 gold, or pay 30 gold to get a legendary item. I'm going to pay 30 gold to get a legendary item, I think. I kind of just like a large amount of XP is also good. Getting ahead of people on levels gives you a significant health boost, you know?
Yeah.
It's time for your stuff to charge up. You know what? Give me
the foundation. They wait.
Give me XP.
They build.
Okay. We hit 2. Oh, I don't have any space. I gotta sell stuff. We don't have anything for the translation crystal to actually benefit. We're at the point of the build where this clover is getting less meaningful because we're seeing enemy like stuff is already being sold at high quality. So I might get rid of the clover soon. But whatever. In any case, we got 2 XP here. So we will sell this vial of blood for 2 XP. Which is cool. We'll be another level up before the next player fight. Do we take a small friend? Do we go shopping? Let's go shopping.
Bazaar's a crazy place, right?
This guy I like a lot, the monitor lizard. Whenever it is hasted in any way, it poisons 10 and it hastes itself every 3 seconds. But also, obviously,
the tongue is very good.
It's very easy to get this set up in a position where like it's hasting itself and both of its neighbors are hasting it, and you're just like pouring poison onto them. I think I like what we're doing, but that's definitely a real viable build. What I'm hoping for mostly here is like upgrades or show me other dinosaurs or something. Okay, Cosmic Rock. So the Cosmic Rock is good in a lot of runs because it has a skill that causes weapons to gain damage when they are hasted. We are hasting 2 of our primary weapons quite frequently throughout the fight, so that would be pretty good. Car Conductor, I think the Car Conductor has a vehicle-based skill that's pretty cool. We don't have any vehicles. And then there's a dragon. We've been shown a legendary dragon fight. I don't remember what the dragon has. I remember the dragon kicking my ass. And that Cosmic Rock skill would be good for us. Let's see if we can pull it. Yeah, whenever you haste, a weapon gains 10 damage for the fight. Another thing that's nice about the Cosmic Rock is even if you whiff the skill, it has these feathers, which are pretty good items. Okay, we got a different skill. 12% crit chance for everything. You know what? Not mad. That seems like a fine thing to know. Get 2 gold and gold loot tier item. Yeah, let me see some of that. Okay. Even more shielding on the accelerator, I think is pretty good. So what do you think of our build now, Amabel? What do you think of Tanky Anky having taken over here?
I like it very much because he is a good friend.
Here I'm like almost exclusively looking for upgrades for Dinosaur.
Window shoppers.
Okay, so buy small and medium item or sell small and medium items, improves your poison items. These vendors who improve specific kind of items are generally really good to interact with, but we do not have any poison items, so. Quixel, show me something compelling. A cryosphere. Freeze both players' non-core items for 3 seconds every 10 seconds. What an annoying thing to do. If you had a little bit of haste or like tech cooldown reduction going, I could see this being a very frustrating thing to play against. Dinosaur boost.
I only sat pal things so I can buy things. Huge things.
All we're doing is improving his damage by 10, but you know, it matters. So we could buy some crypto for 8 coins. And the value of it will oscillate randomly between 0 and 20. And you just, you know, wait for it to be higher and then sell it back. I mean, I guess so, right? We'll probably make money.
Yeah.
Okay, so a Mac. Let's see what this Mac is running. I see a lot of lifesteal. That is the color of the lifesteal gem. Okay, so here's what this Mac is doing. He's got all of his weapons have lifesteal. All of his lifesteal weapons have plus 75% crit chance. And then he's got the runic blade. Whenever you crit, this item's damage doubles. So watch how quickly the rune blade accelerates in damage output. Ow, Jesus Christ, that hurt. Bite him, guys, bite him. All right.
Share with me your secrets.
You will notice the rune blade is at all 9s. That is 1 point short of 1 million damage. We were just shielded enough to survive the first strike from the runic blade. It did like 5,000 or 6,000 damage, I believe. So yeah, I mean that's a build, right? It's a cute kind of. Whenever you crit with an item, this gains damage. Whenever you crit with an item, this charges, and he's just like flurrying you with these lifesteal weapons. That's a neat build. I've not seen that one before. I have seen and used the runic blade to great effect, but not exactly that way. All right, we get to go on the temple expedition with our expedition ticket. So we are being asked to pick a path here. We're going to have to go through the same set of traps no matter what, but the traps will be enchanted differently. Behind the fiery door, they're all fire enchanted, you know, etc. I think we can take the obsidian door. We can handle this. We're going to deal with the boulder trap because the fact is the boulders in the boulder trap hit you for 100% of your max HP. Because we chose the path of pain, they are obsidian enchanted, doubling their damage, which is it's just kills you twice is not different from kills you once, right?
Right.
But additionally, there's no chance. They have it takes such a long time for them to go off. Look at how slowly they charge. They got to about like 60%. Not a real concern. We have many large dinosaurs. And so, having successfully navigated the trap room, let's get some treasure. Oh, hold on. We have stuff in our inventory. Okay, the crypto is still not valuable. This pet rock that our SATCOM brought in, no, not so compelling. All right, so we got some loot here. A bag of jewels, a bar of gold, some glands. Who doesn't love a good gland? Sell this to gain 8 regen. Pretty nice. A sharpening stone for sharpening. I do believe our dinosaur is going to be the beneficiary of that, because he is the fastest attacking of our items. And then we also got a chimeric egg. At the start of the day, this gains 4 value. When it hits a certain value threshold, it will upgrade from gold to crystal. And when we sell it, we get an enchanted small friend. I would like to wait for it to be diamond because, like I said, items that generate other items generate those items at the same rarity. So if we wait for this to be crystal before we sell it, we get a crystal friend.
Okay.
Although... Oh, no, that's right. We used the thing that upgrades stuff already. Okay, we leveled up. So we get to enchant something. Either Languid Dunes, enchant something with a slowing effect, or Celestial Conduit, enchant something so that it cannot be frozen, slowed, or destroyed. I'm going to go for Languid Dunes, I think. So we have some items that are going off quite frequently. This is just going to slow enemy items every time it happens. Yeah, every 3 seconds, slow an item for 2 seconds. That's just going to be annoying for our enemies. All right, and then we must fight a temple guardian to get access to the last loot. We want the green heart guardian, I believe. This is again just another thing where like I know what skills they have. If we could get Guardian's Fury, that would be so good for our build, right?
Cross my fingers for you.
Oh, no such luck. We got his stupid Venom. Get out of here, Venom. All right, in any case, we get access to the Temple Reliquary. So let us choose a relic. The Barb Spike Warden. When you use an adjacent relic, charge this by 1 second. Boost your poison items. Not super compelling. The Blaze Howl Warden, exactly the same thing, but for fire. And the Darkstone Engine. This is kind of a weird one. At the start of each fight, enchant a non-enchanted item with Obsidian. This has +1 multicast for each Obsidian enchanted item you have, so it will be double striking initially, and it has a quest on it. If you use a weapon 50 times while you own this, it gains another enchant at the beginning of a fight. It's kind of great, but also sort of like just not in our thing, right? Like, I guess, like, what would you do with this? You would replace the Armadillo?
No.
I think what's probably happening here is we're just taking one of these and selling it. There are some relics that I would have been really happy to see. We did not generate them. It's a big pool of legendaries. So I think we're just gonna treat this as having found 32 gold on the ground. That's fine. I don't mind that. Hey, look, the crypto's worth 1 more gold than we bought it for. I think I'm gonna hold out. We can do better. It's supposed to be at value between 0 and 20, right? Like at some point it's gonna have 2 digits. All right, another dually. This dually has a slightly better win-loss record than we do.
I believe in you.
Uh-oh, this dually's rocking with Race Carl.
I hate Race Carl so much.
Don't care for it. So whenever you haste, charge this by 2 seconds. It's not whenever you haste this, it's whenever you do any hasting. So Race Carl's probably going to go off a lot. You just don't want to. You don't want the thing people say before your name to be Race. Hey, check it out. There's Race Janet. Like, that Janet's a bad news. That's a bad Janet. So the metronome is hasting things constantly. Okay, yeah, I see it. Here's the problem you're gonna have. I'm generating so much shielding. It's just like a raw damage build is gonna have to do much faster damage than that.
Also, chat, do not take financial advice from her playing this game.
Or from me in general. If there's any person on Earth you should not take financial advice from, I might be the most. Ooh, look. Very, very near the top of the possible values. Hell yeah. Sell crypto for 19. Who's the bitch now, Amabel? I made a fortune on cryptocurrency.
Oh no.
I did make a small amount of money on cryptocurrency. Like way back when Bitcoin was the only one and it was still kind of new. I did a thing for a person on the internet, and we're going to leave that described that much. And they paid me with like a tiny fraction of a Bitcoin. And so I set up my wallet. I was like, this is kind of like a weird novelty. Whatever, I'll take it. And then by the time the next Humble Bundle came out, it was that the tiny fraction of a Bitcoin had accumulated enough, or had appreciated enough that I used it to buy the Humble Bundle. Okay. Its value went up like 500%, and I was like, you know what? That's probably good enough. I'm getting out.
Good job.
I love Pierre Conditioner.
Yeah,
that's just that's a very fun friend. I don't know. Like, I kind of don't want to do anything to our build. It feels good. It feels bad to be just like, yeah, I'm done. I'm no longer looking for items. But like, the build, I want upgrades and I want to like enchant stuff.
Yeah. No, I get it.
That's probably a bad sign. It's probably too early to be getting so comfortable. But fuck it, I really like these dinosaurs.
It all works out.
Here, a sharpening kit? Yeah, I'll take a sharpening kit. 32 bonus damage on my guy who goes off every 3 seconds. Honestly, we probably would get more damage putting it on the Armadillo. Because the Armadillo probably in practice goes off more often than every 3 seconds. Okay, Boss Harrow is interesting. So Boss Harrow has a skill that increases the cooldown of all non-weapon items. And since our board is almost entirely weapons, obviously that has very limited effect on us. The Trash Titan has a skill where every time you do... I wish I could remember exactly how it works. It's every time you do something, you charge your large item by 1 second. But I can't remember if it's every time you use every item or if it's only every time you use a small item. Which would not be... It's not terrible, but it's not super compelling, right? Or we could fight 8-Armed Davy. Just for the shit. Just because, like, there's not... Like, he gives more money, but we don't need money. He gives more XP. I'm gonna fight Boss Harrow. Let's see if we can get that weapon skill.
Let's find out.
Okay, when any non-weapon is used, slow it for 2 seconds. So it'll affect the least interesting part of our defense matrix. But the real reason we have the defense matrix out is because of the triggered ability. So just got a bayonet. You know, we pick these monsters basically out of hope, and they always disappoint us. All right, teach skills unique to Dooley. Simon, tell me what's up.
Curious, crazy, C4 scary.
When you buy or upgrade this skill, upgrade your core. Upgrading our core could be good. Reducing our core's cooldown even more. First 5 times you burn, haste your core for 2 seconds. No, I kind of want to just max out the rarity of my core. Look at that. It doubles the damage boost and pulls another second off the cooldown. That seems great. Diamond core. And then we're looking for upgrades, or like we could just rest so that we start the next fight with 1100 shield. But what if this guy sells me an upgrade to Anki? I'm gonna take the shield actually. 2 XP, choose a free loot item. Sells crit item. I do love experience. I love free loot items. Free loot item could be anything. It could even be 2 experience. At the risk of being a goofball about it, I'm taking the loot item. So I do think that the feather is a better pull than XP would have been. Just reduce all of my item cooldowns. Make the build even faster. That's pretty much always what I'm hoping to find from that event.
There's a power in me I can't control. Be careful.
Okay, so he's got a couple of diamond tier items himself. What is going on with this build? He has a heavy karst. When you use a friend or a non-weapon item, gain 8 rage and shield 40. When you use a friend or a non-weapon item, slow an item. He has no weapons. He has a burn scar. Whenever you use a friend or a burn item, burn 13. And when you enrage, all your burn items improve. And then he's got 2 copies of a friend with multicast 3. So he's triggering all of this stuff like a million times. Yeah, I mean, look at the amount of burn he's stacked up on us already. We killed him pretty fast, and he put up 500 burn in that time. And his burn, because of the way the burn scar works with the enrage, his burn engine accelerates. So yeah, that's pretty scary.
Yeah.
One more win gets us even more prizes, y'all. We can do it. We can make it there. Orion, what do you got for me? Anything fun? Anything that upgrades any of my existing things? You have a forklift. This deals 1800 damage when it goes off. It has plus 250 damage for each unique type on your items. That's cool. Construction dually. You know, these construction vehicles, they move that dirt around.
Every day. Maybe next time.
Having a good authority. We're going to head down to the Artisan Dunes here. These guys sell improvement, which is my favorite thing at this point. So we can gain damage on our weapons, burn on our burn items, or poison on our poison items, and we can pay them extra to get double the effect. Plus 10 damage on everything. Doesn't seem like a ton, but it'll be good. I still think as much fun as 8-Arm Davy is as a design, I still think he's not the right call. Let's fight Tortuga. Tortuga can give us that friend cooldown reduction, which would be neat to have. Yeah, we generate a lot of shield really quickly. The thing that's going to bring us down, my guess, is going to be a poison and shield build where they're able to get enough defenses up and then just poison us out. Give me a loot item.
Yeah.
Even more damage. I love it. And because of Anki, damages shield, and it's just good. It's just good stuff. Kev, who is a shielding specialized merchant, has a reasonable chance of showing us a defense matrix or an Anki. I would love to see either. We do not get it. Crystal or diamond balloon bot. Check out the combat core. It's a purchasable core. You can have more than one core, Amabel.
Well, that's neat.
Like my arm.
Okay, you sell friends. Let's see about an upgrade. You know what would be cool is an upgrade to the Armadillo. A crystal Armadillo would have a bunch more damage on it. Here's your cybersecurity. Triple damage if it's your only friend. Obviously not a good fit in our build, but there's some places you could go with that idea. Sadly, we see nothing except the smuggest Pierre conditioner you can imagine. All right, end of day 11. The builds have got to be getting pretty serious at this point.
Yeah.
Seeing a lot of weapon tags here. Okay, so he's doing that that spear and hunting hawk thing we saw from day 1, except with a lot better creatures.
Some clients want me to hunt people instead of monsters.
So you can see there, he put up a little bit more resistance. He has this restorative enchanted Wolverine that heals whenever it deals damage. That's a pretty cool trick. But there we go, 7 wins. We got on a track with this one. We're doing something. Andy's not too likely to help us. Let's just take a random item. It's a power sander. I don't want this. Well, let me sell off. We're not going to be using the bomb squad. They are adorable though. This thing is slowly approaching crystal status. Show me free loot item. Okay, cool. Got another feather. There are more than 5 different loot items, so you don't always see the same things in the pool. You do not always get a feather from that event. I think I'm going to pursue Harrow's skill again.
Blades makes it last longer.
It would be really cool to get this. Or if not that, even like strength. Like any of his skills would be good for us.
They're gonna pay for this.
Thank you, Silas. Silas says, this is a genuinely impressive build. That spear build you fought gets spooky. Yes, I have piloted the spear and hawk build. It is definitely real and scary, and I'm very pleased that we managed to beat it. We're definitely not using a weak point detector. Okay, so we can take a gold tier skill here, or we could upgrade one of our items. Do I think we're likely to get a big enough boost out of upgrading an item to forego a skill? I kind of don't, honestly. Like, the most important item to upgrade, we upgraded already. I don't know what happens to Anki when you upgrade him. He probably just deals more damage. Skills can do all kinds of good stuff for you.
But he can never surpass.
The first 5 times you used your leftmost item each fight, haste an item for 1 second. That's not bad. Our dinosaur goes off pretty quickly, but I'm going to reroll him these. That's not bad, is not as exciting as I would like. If you have at least 7 items, your weapons deal bonus damage. Well, that's not the life we're living. First time you freeze each fight. Ugh, Well, we whiffed on this one. Your rerolls cost less gold.
Power, but not all power has wisdom.
Cav, show me something. Okay, that's an upgrade. An extra second of haste on each of our friends there. That's not meaningless. Ooh, a granola bar. Check this out.
All right.
This
All
gains
right,
you max.
don't eat that.
This gains you max HP when you eat it, and it gains you more max HP if you sold some tools and tech first. This is a thing we actually could still benefit from. I'm allowed to eat the granola bar. I'm a cool robot.
Sale, no sale. I want what's right for you.
So it cares about tools and tech. I mean, I'm not above just buying stuff just to buff the granola bar. It's not going to be a huge amount of money, I guess, either way. Ooh, pyrocarbon. Pyrocarbon's a really powerful item in some builds. Not, I think, for us, obviously, because we're not burning things. 4 other items start flying. When you crit with a flying item, it stops flying. Your flying stuff has a huge crit chance. I kind of forgot how much, or maybe I wasn't aware of how much flying stuff they've added to Dooley. Dooley definitely can interact with flying mechanics. I kind of don't think of him as one of those characters, but yeah, I need to update my thinking there. All right, what do you got? This looks scary. A deadly sea dog saloon. So 5 multicast, haste and slow. Friends have plus 50% crit chance. Oh no, she's got a monitor lizard, a fiery monitor lizard. That's going to be a lot of damage over time stacking up. Yeah, look at that. I told you. I told you it was going to be some kind of crazy poison build. That's 2,500 poison damage per second. Straight through the shielding directly to our HP. We have no heals or anything, so no defense against it. Oof. This build is fucking bananas. A toxic pufferfish, a lifesteal shark ray. Oh, because she got big ego. That's incredible. The first 8 times you use an aquatic friend each fight, poison 5 and burn 5. Holy crow. This build. Yeah, this monitor lizard. Out of curiosity, where did most of the poison come from? 1,980 of it from the pufferfish. Whenever you cast any haste, charge this for 2 seconds. Yeah. Jeez. Well, good game. I feel like that went pretty well. I'm not upset about that that ending at all. Oh wait, sorry. That was the first time we went to 0. I forgot.
Oh.
So the first time we went to 0, Futura shows up and rescues you. This is not the end, she says. And she offers to upgrade all of your items to gold, or give you an enchantment, or give you 20 gold and 5 XP. We're going to take an enchantment. There's a lot of enchantments that would be really cool. Oh man, hey, what if we got more shielding? It's not what I was looking for. I was really hoping, honestly, for restorative. If we give something haste, we could try to win faster. We kind of don't need more shield, is my feeling. So let's go for win faster. What is going to be the source of our haste? The Primal Core? Primal Core is going off pretty frequently. The Armadillo's going off pretty frequently. I'm going to put it on the core. I'm curious. Because the core charges for a second every time we use our other items. Okay, just haste 2 items for 1 second every time it happens. I mean, that's fine. That's an okay outcome. Alright, what else? We're going to sell this cat. I am going to make a little room here. I don't think we need this Lucky Clover anymore. I don't think we're likely to actually make use of this translation crystal, but whatever, this is fine. And we're just going to buy gumballs. Welcome to the gumball machine. There are 10 gumballs in the gumball machine, and we're going to buy them all, but I only have 3 open inventory spaces, so we're going to buy them one by one. So you can see each gumball just has a tiny little incremental effect. But you can acquire a lot of these effects over the course of the run. All your weapons gain +1 damage, +10 max health. Keep in mind, we've held onto that globe for quite some time now. I don't know exactly how many times this is fired, but it's probably a fair amount of our HP. Okay, 10 gumballs, giving us a variety of just little bits of strength. Sell me a cool skill. When you use an item, all your items gain crit chance. When you crit, honestly, building crescendo is probably pretty good. Shield skills, poison skills, or diamond tier skills. When one of your weapons is hasted, it gains 15 damage, pretty strong. When you use a core, adjacent items gain 30 damage. Or your leftmost shield. You know what? I like streamline weapon.
Much today, but there is so much more.
I don't think any of these are good.
For 1,000 years, I have protected my people.
We'll beat up on this scary moon man. I don't really know what his deal is.
We only want peace. Why must you trouble us?
He gave 1 more XP than all the other fights, is why I chose him.
Oh, okay.
He's got a weather machine. So he makes 3 items start flying, freezes items, slows items. Yeah, it's a weird item. You know what else it is? Tech. Granola bars starting to look pretty crunchy. We get a tech item. We can buy some items. Let's buy some items.
No weapons?
Tech?
You are enough, friend.
Tech?
But I'm glad you bought.
Just sell them back to her immediately. Tasty. Tech and tools, right?
For the good of all.
That's tech.
Feel our energies.
This adorable beetle is not tech. And what have we here? A solar farm. A large property tech.
Your aura guided me.
I have so much money. Holy hell. Alright, we're gonna visit one more merchant.
What can I get you?
When you sell this, upgrade your leftmost item. This is a pretty cool thing if you can afford to hold on to it. We don't have time for that. Our run's about to be over. Okay, one more thing.
Right for you, bring it back. I want you to be happy.
And then we're going to go ahead and sell this 250 extra max HP. Because we're about to go into what could be the last fight of the run. And who knows, that 250 HP might save us. So, next time we lose, we're out.
Okay.
Are you sure?
I think you're going to win, though. I believe in you.
This guy has 30,000 health.
Oh, that's a lot.
Okay, so he's got a fiery regal blade. This weapon deals bonus damage based on your max HP when it's fully upgraded. You can see it has like 3 quests that you have to pursue to unlock it. It has 449% crit chance somehow. Probably scaling with his max HP in some way. So he's got a belt. Adjacent items are affected by freeze and slow for half as long, so he's protecting the thing with it. So yeah, he's basically just used items to accumulate a crazy amount of max HP, and then he's got that blade swinging the max HP for our dome. And he crit us for, you know, a 10, 11k there, and we're not going to be able to build up enough shield to survive a second hit, I don't think.
Don't let
Yeah.
us get you down. Eyes on the prize.
You know, if I'd taken that shield enchant and put it on Anki, maybe we would have survived that. That's a big fucking knife.
Oh, that's a knife.
So the property to the left of this has double value in combat. You have increased max health equal to 20 times this item's value. What is this doing? This is doubling his max HP, and then he's had stuff improving his HP over the course of the run, probably, and yeah, it's a big knife. All right, listen, I'm not going to be upset about a silver victory. I'll take silver. We did good stuff here. We were kind of flailing around for a bit at the beginning, but we found a build. So silver means 4 treasure chests. Hooray! Also, a little bit more rating for me. And we did, in fact, complete 2 of our quests. We only actually fired Anki 17 times over the course of the run. It's a big slow item, you know?
Yeah.
But that's enough extra XP from the dailies to get me another level. And what do you get when you level up? You get cosmetics. In this case, at level 20 in the pack, we got some Timberline glyphs for our card back. Those look okay. That's cool. That's fine. Let's open some chests. I have accumulated some chests here. I like to open these in groups of 10, so I just hold on to them until I have at least 10. So here's what's in the chests that you are fighting for. The only prizes in the game. More cosmetics. Yeah. Alright, a lot of this is stuff I already have, so duplicates get converted into gems, which you can use to buy things from the cosmetics shop. But we did get access to some upgraded card art for some cards that I didn't have before. The snow wisps are all wispily now. First Aiden, glowing with additional joy. Look at the little pluses on his gauze, I guess. He's a gauze dispenser. I never really thought about exactly what it was that First Aiden was doing to heal you. But yeah, I think he's supposed to be dispensing gauze. It's probably not toilet paper. And the rest of the stuff I already had. So yeah, that's a Bazaar run. I feel pretty okay about the way that went. That was all right.
You did a good run, yeah.
Thank you. So you can see here, this is the Bazaar. This is where we spend crystals. So if I save up some more, I can get cool playfields and neat costumes and albums of music. There's a card back. That's a pretty intense card back. Alpha Karnak. It's a neat skin. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for Phase 2. I hope everybody enjoyed that.
You know, as much as I say, oh, you should play one of the ladies, the thing about Dooley is the friends are very good.
Yeah.
And at the very least, I can look at how good those friends are.
Yeah, Anki's got a strong presence. So with that, we're moving into Phase 3, friends. Welcome to the post stream, the part of the stream where we share things that we discovered, that we loved in the last week, help people find things that they will also love, you know, just kind of generally spread some damn positivity, because boy oh boy could we all use it in the current environment. Thank you all for enjoying the run. Thank you all for your good feedback and questions and everything. So Amabel, what do you have? Do you have a thing to share for Phase 3?
Well, sort of. So mostly I've been working this past week, but
Yes.
One thing I've been doing when I haven't been working is I've been playing this video game called Hitman.
Hitman: World of Assassination. It's a a little known indie title. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I downloaded. So like I had Hitman 2, the copy that you gave me, Hitman 2, and I had played it on your stream, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I wanted to play more, and you're like, well, you should just get if you want to get the whole thing, you should do that. 'Cause you have to do all the stuff over again, and I did have to get to level 20 in Miami over again, and then I got to level 20 on Paris, and I've been playing it for like 25 hours in the last, 2 weeks, which is a lot for me. I know for you that's
an adorable little video game habit you've developed there.
Turns out Hitman is good. Thank you for introducing it to me.
Yeah, I certainly can vouch for Hitman. Hitman's real good.
What do you got, sweetie?
I'm going to close the Bazaar and open up the other backing music real quick. And people, of course, in chat, please do feel free to share your stuff as well. That's too loud. There we go. Okay. Please do feel free to share your stuff as well. BVDDH says, I'm playing Esoteric Ebb right now. Haven't played enough to really judge it yet, but it's doing a bunch of fun stuff so far. Yeah, I've heard mostly very good things about Esoteric Ebb. Francesco Gedin, apologies if that is not the correct pronunciation of your name, says, planning to play Slay the Spire 2. If I play Slay the Spire 2, it will be when it comes out at 1.0. I generally don't like to do early access games on the channel. There are some exceptions that we hit every once in a while, but mostly I wait for stuff to be fully released.
Do you think you would just, if when it's released, just jump to Slay the Spire? 'Cause you haven't played the first one.
Yeah, I can't imagine that it's the kind of thing where you need to like know the story first. I would definitely just jump to Slay the Spire 2, yeah. Cornflake says, I had a bit of fun with this just released extraction shooter called Cargo Hunters, where you are a robot and you replace your body parts to get stronger. That sounds cool. I like extraction shooters in theory. I've never really gotten into one, but I would like to get into one. Honestly, I've been thinking like I really like the way Marathon looks. But I don't know. I'm kind of waiting to see how the community on that one shakes out a little bit. According to Robin says the Spire gets slayed at the end. Yo, spoilers. So yeah, I have some stuff. I brought some stuff to recommend. First of all,
okay.
One thing I'd like to recommend. I started watching this show. There's only 2 episodes of it out. I think the third one comes out tonight, or may already be out because it is already Sunday. I think it's on HBO, but you know, it's on the internet. You get access to it however you get access to things. It's called DTF St. Louis, and I'm not even really sure how to describe it. It's comedic. I don't know if I would say it's a comedy exactly. It's a very strangely constructed television show. It is sort of like a comedy mystery thriller about some men who are unhappy in their marriage, and they decide to go outside their marriage using this app that is designed for this thing, sort of an Ashley Madison kind of vibe. But you know, something goes horribly awry, and one of them ends up dead, and it's it's very, very interesting so far. That's not a big spoiler. You see the guy is dead at like 20 minutes into the first episode, and then the series is about mostly trying to figure out exactly what it is that happened, you know. I think it is, I don't know that I've ever seen anything that has quite the vibe of this show. It's something between like the way it's filmed and the dialogue, especially. The dialogue is very weird. It has a matter of factness that seems crazy when coupled with precisely what it's being matter of fact about, if that makes sense. This is from, I believe the showrunner on this show is the person who did a show that somebody in chat recommended to me at some point, and I never got around to watching. A show a few years ago called Patriot. So I don't know if that's a thing that people are familiar with. Perhaps that will give them some idea what I'm talking about. It's a real weird show, and I think it's really good. It stars David Harbour and Linda Cardellini and Jason Bateman, which it's an all-timer of a cast for the thing they're going for. Linda Cardellini is, boy, she's still doing it. That's all I feel comfortable saying about that. Tyria says we're catching up on the 2nd season of Paradise here. Yo, I am enjoying the 2nd season of Paradise so much. I fucking love that show. Very, very good. Definitely recommend. Huge recommend on Paradise. Silas the Lunarch says, I've been neck deep in the new WoW expansion. Having lots of fun with that. I didn't even know there was a new WoW expansion. I'm so out of touch with the World of Warcraft. I used to be very into it, but I have not played in many years at this point. I also have another thing. This is a little bit weird. So there is a short film on YouTube called Dandelion. that that I saw that I thought was very good, starring non-binary icon Vic Michaelis. It is 20 minutes long and it's very, very good, and I'm recommending it, but they ran into some kind of problem, some kind of legal issue. I think the email that they sent was really, really non-specific about what the issue was. And as a result, they've set the video to unlisted. It's still up on YouTube, but it's unlisted now, so you can't find it via the search. But what you can do is find it via a direct link if somebody were to drop such a link in the chat right this moment, as I have done. So if you click on that link, you can check out sneakily what the man doesn't want you seeing, the award-winning queer short film Dandelion starring non-binary icon Vic Michaelis. I think it's very, very good and totally worth your 20 minutes. I know they're fundraising to do a feature-length version of it, and I'm very excited. I'm very much looking forward to that. Amabel, you're going to want to see this thing. I think I'm going to show this to you. You're going to like it.
Okay.
But I think that there's going to be it for us for today, right? You have an appointment. We don't want to run long here, so thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for coming with us on these journeys, for enjoying the Bazaar run and everything. When you come back next time, of course, next week we're gonna have some new stuff. I finished routines. There's gonna be some kind of new series in that slot, and we will keep plugging away at our various strategy adventures. When you come back for a stream next week, I don't even know exactly what we're looking at. There is yet one more Pitfall game that I would like to show that I may have some trouble getting a hold of. We're gonna see, but there may be even yet more Pitfall, and also other stuff. So I make this request of you, as always. The world is a harsh place for a lot of us right now, and getting harsher all the time. I ask you to go forth into the world with the energy that you are looking for things to love. Bring the positivity and the search for positivity with you, because it is in short supply outside right now. Find something to love. Bring that energy back to us next week and share it with us so that we can all love it as well. And we'll see you then.